All right, Larry Krueger here from the Pig and a Pickle Crew Show in the final moments of the fourth quarter. 49ers getting ready to punch it in, and they are dominating the Arizona Cardinals right now. This touchdown, if they can score it, will make it 35-16 49ers. Let's talk a little bit about this one. This has been a great day if you had Christian McCaffrey in fantasy, that's for sure. McCaffrey has been huge. He scored on a 1-yard touchdown run in the first quarter. Looks like Brock Purdy just went quarterback sneak. Did he get in? I don't know. We'll find out. But
gain of 1 yard,
yeah, he did.
And a touchdown.
So Brock Purdy scored a touchdown. 35. Now make that 49ers up now 35-16 on the Cardinals. But the way this thing started, CMC had a 1-yard run in the first quarter to cap an 8-play, 62-yard drive in 4 minutes and 16 seconds. That made it 7-0 49ers. Niners would stop the Cardinals in their first two possessions. Niners would score in their second possession, a 9-play, 75-yard drive in 5 minutes and 9 seconds. Purdy hit CMC. Actually, it was a run play. Purdy threw it to CMC, but it was behind the line of scrimmage. It was ruled a run, and he then hurdled the defender, Catrell Clark, and went in from 18 yards out to make it 14-0 49ers. 9-yard play there, 9-yard drive, I should say, 75 yards in 5 minutes and 9 seconds. And just a real nice beginning. 49ers led 14-0 at that point. Now, the Cardinals would score on their third possession. Matt Pryor kicked a 38-yard field goal to make it 14-3. That capped a 13-play, 40-yard drive that lasted 6 minutes. Niners at that point were up 14-3. And then the Niners would score again on their third possession, a 5-play, 75-yard drive. Purdy with a slant to CMC for 6 yards. The big play there being Purdy 42 yards down the field to Brandon Ayuk. At that point, Purdy was 10 for 10 for 145 yards and a touchdown. And the fans started chanting MVP, MVP for Christian McCaffrey at that point after the slant. Made it 21-3. Now, the Cardinals would drive in that second quarter. It was a long drive. It was a 13-play, 87-yard drive in a little bit over 4 minutes, and Dobbs would find Michael Wilson for a 16-yard touchdown pass to make it 21-10. And that's where it stood at halftime. Now, at halftime, Purdy was 10 for 10 for 145 yards and a touchdown. CMC had 53 yards and 2 touchdowns in the first half, and 4 receptions and 40 yards and a touchdown as well. Niners only had 204 total yards in the first half, but they led 21-10. Ayuk had 4 catches for 69 yards in the first half. Greenlaw had 8 tackles in the first half for 6 yards, and 6 of them were solo. Only downside for the Niners, they didn't get any sacks on Dobbs. 4 quarterback hits, 0 sacks for the 49ers. But Arizona also made a ton of mistakes in the first half of this game. 7 penalties for Arizona in the first half alone. Niners in the third quarter would start the third quarter with the ball, but they couldn't do anything with it. They were forced to punt. Arizona then got the ball back for their 5th possession in the third quarter and drove all the way from the 1-yard line after the newest 49er, Kendall Sheffield, downed the punt at the 1. And then Dobbs drove them the length of the field. They went 11 plays, 99 yards, and Dobbs hit Michael Wilson for an 8-yard touchdown catch to make it 21-16. The 2-point conversion failed after Oren Burks and Hufanga stuffed Connor on the 2-point conversion run. That made it 21-16. Niners would score, though, on the very next possession to put the thing pretty much out of reach, as the 49ers went 8 plays and 75 yards in 4 minutes and 50 seconds. Purdy handed the ball to CMC, of course. It's all CMC today. He had a 2-yard touchdown run to make it 28-16. And then Arizona in the early fourth quarter drove the ball into the 49ers side of the field, but then Hargrave had a big sack on 3rd and 10 from the 35 to pretty much end that drive for the Cardinals. Niners would get it back on their 6th possession, and they just scored to make it 35-16. And that's where it sits, and that's where it's probably going to sit at the end, 35-16. Great day if you're a fantasy owner of Christian McCaffrey. Great day if you're a fan of Brock Purdy. The Niners did this the way they wanted to do this. They controlled this tempo. Arizona has led basically they've had big first-time advantages in almost all three of their games to start the year. The Niners didn't let them do that. Their defense won in the first half against Arizona's offense, and maybe more importantly, the Niners got up 21-10 and didn't let Arizona kind of control the clock and control the running game. Arizona did have some explosive plays, and Michael Wilson was really, really good today. Hollywood Brown had a pretty good day as well. But ultimately, it was too much 49ers. Too much CMC, too much Brock Purdy. Brandon Ayuk had a huge day. 49ers really didn't even need to use Debo that much today, and they've wind up getting a big win against the Cardinals. And so the Niners roll into Dallas next week 4-0. Dallas will be coming off a big win against the Patriots. And next week we've got a pretty good little showdown in week 5 between the Niners and the Cowboys. Should be a very fun week in Santa Clara to talk a little 49er football with the Cowboys coming in and that being, a major showdown in the NFC. So join us on YouTube after. I'm going to go into the locker room, talk to some of the players. Join us on YouTube afterwards. Kevin will be alongside. No Baller today because he's partying with his friends, but John Dickinson's going to join us. Maybe Danny, maybe Rye. We'll see who stops by, and we definitely would love to hear from you. So 49ers get a big win over the Cardinals. Their record remains perfect at 4-0. And next up is the Dallas Cowboys. So thanks to all of you for supporting the Krug Show. Thanks to Pig and a Pickle, the title sponsor of the Krug Show as well, for being the title sponsor of the Krug Show. Check them out in Emeryville and Corte Madera. They're open 7 days a week in both spots from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. or until they run out. Pig and a Pickle, the best barbecue in all of Northern California. All Niners today here in Levi's, down here in Santa Clara against the Cardinals. And the Niners right now are rolling. They're playing really, really well. They're scoring 30 a game with Purdy. Their defense is outstanding. And bring on the Cowboys. Should be a great time seeing what the Niners and Cowboys look like head to head. I'll say this, after watching the Cowboys-Cardinals game last week and then watching what the 49ers were able to do to that same Cardinal team today, I think the 49ers definitely have a great chance to beat Dallas next week. Should be a really fun game to watch. Should be very entertaining for sure. And as I said, join us on the Krug Show. If after Niner football, we're going to go into the locker room, get some sound, talk to some of the players and key participants, and then we'll be back up here, talking about the game and chopping it up. Should be a lively post-game show. It was a very strong 49er performance here in Santa Clara today. Niners win this one going away. And once again, thanks for supporting the Krug Show on YouTube.